and slow, cosmic strands in a quiet flow. Numbers hum through ethers, weave the verse ignites what souls believe. Stars cast light on wealth's soft call. Truth beats deep within us all.
Cosmic tides and chaos rise. Numerology where blood moon lies. The verse steps out, a dragon's might. Zodiac hums, we fit with pure light.
Crypto storm in a teacup. Feel the surge in your kneecaps. The verse inspires, let markets merge. Family retires.
Numbers pulse, the moon is lit. Cold coins jolt, free and fit.
Welcome back to the next layer. We talk about meme coins. We talk about altcoins. We talk about numerology, astrology, and sometimes we get into drama and politics. You know, it's one of those shows where we talk about everything. So today, we got to talk about what's going on in the market. Bill the Bull, he's going to be 15 minutes late, so he's going to be coming in hot. But I'll tell you one thing. LNOB hit $1 million market cap. I want to repeat this. LNOB hit a $1 million market cap when we were telling you guys about it. I believe it was like, man, 30K, 50K. So that was probably an easy 50 to 60X. So like I said, it's going to be a great live stream. The real question is it time to sell your crypto coins because of what's going on in the market? I suppose you guys know we got a trade war going on. The orange man's going at it with the Chinese, so it is what it is. We'll get into that. I'll talk about some coins that we're looking at, and then we got to get into Zora because I feel like a lot of you guys are mid-curving everything on Zora. So at the time, we got 16 of you guys in here. Please retweet this out. If we get enough people in here, I would say if we get 200 live streamers, I'll do a giveaway. I got my banker account, my banker bot account on my crypto laptop. This is just my personal laptop. You know, I keep the two different because of like hackers and stuff. Like I said, you should always have two laptops, one for crypto, one for all the other BS you do on an everyday basis. So good stuff. All right. See what else is rocking and rolling. Cool. All right. Well, let's just get into the charts while we get more and more people to come on in. Now, first thing I want to talk about today. Also, guys, let me know if you can hear me because sometimes I need to do a mic check. I didn't do one before for this live stream. So, you know, let me know down below if you guys can hear me. If not, I can turn up my mic a little bit. So yesterday was a wild in financial markets. Over 19 billion liquidations within 24 hours. As China and U.S. clashed over tariffs, retail traders took the hardest hit. Better days ahead. The sun will shine, blah, 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 blah. And if you guys come over here, just take a look at the chart. We got absolutely rich. Myself, man, I just took myself off a screen. So here's the thing I want to get across with the crypto markets. Everything's so doom and gloom right now. We basically had a pivot on interest rates. Anytime we go from having high interest rates to low interest rates, during that pivot, you start to see a massive correction on all risk assets. Go on the S&P 500 chart and go all the way back. It even shows on the Dow Jones index. When you start to see these massive dips, you get a awesome V-shaped recovery, and then we start to take off. So in my opinions on the market, gold is starting to skyrocket, which is telling you that a lot of people are uncertain about the US dollar and fiat currency. And with that skyrocketing gold, we're probably going to see a rotation into risk on assets. So it's probably going to go from Bitcoin to Ethereum to smaller altcoins. And then we'll probably start to see, the meme coins that we like to talk about go absolutely bonkers and bananas. So overall, even though this seems like really doom and gloom and everyone on crypto Twitter saying that they're leaving crypto, I probably won't really worry about this. At most, the best thing you can do right now is actually research the market, because for some reason you guys like to buy stuff when you see green candles. But in reality, this is the time to buy all the coins that you missed out. Like, what's it? A-Star? It's named after like a little demon god. That project, everybody was talking about it a week ago. Now I don't really see many people talking about it. Like, it's the time to buy those types of coins. Stable. What's another good one? There's unstable coin that a lot of you guys are obsessed with. So the coins that you've been mid-curving, this is probably going to be your second and final chance. And I know we talked about how we're getting close to up-only season, but I think after this dip, when you have people thinking that altcoin season is not going to happen, that's when it's going to start coming in. So good stuff. Jason Mack, what's up, my brother? What's good? Good to see you, my bro. Always good to have loyal supporters in the Matrix, man. It's good stuff, dude. Awesome. And then also, please shout out to my boy Ted X reposting it. Also, very sick NFT. I'll absolutely love what those banker NFTs. Then again, now that I think about it, there's probably like 20,000 banker NFTs out in the market. So it is what it is. All right, so let's just look at the chart and see what's going on, because I think that's probably the main thing that a lot of you guys are probably wondering: when will Bitcoin bottom out? That is probably the big question of the day. I mean, I understand we go over millions of meme coins. Well, not really millions of meme coins, but we go over dozens of meme coins on here every single week. Try to find the best high conviction plays. But right now, I think the main priority is Bitcoin TA. And I haven't done Bitcoin TA in a minute. Well, on live stream, I do it every single day. I just haven't posted about live stream. So what are we seeing right now with Bitcoin? If you guys come over here and check out the chart, I have all these little white lines, and these are just key resistant pockets coming across. So anytime you got like a little bottom or a little top, I mapped it out and brought it all the way across. Now, from August 29th all the way up to about October 15th, we have this trend line. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. 3 touches validates the trend line. Then we had a break down from the trend line. When you see a breakdown, that means we're going to go lower. And so right now, we came down to about 103 with a massive wick. Now, my main concern with these wicks, I'm gonna let you guys know this right now, because a lot of people are gonna start calling the bottom, and I would approach it with extreme caution. When you see a wick like this right here, I typically see these things get filled in some way, in some sort of capacity, whether it's tonight you see it dump down, or you start to see like the chart do something like this. It comes out, trade sideways, bump down, come back up, touch this, touch that, touch that. That would be your typical V-shaped recovery. So once you see these massive wicks, it's not necessarily a bottom indicator. I want to make this crystal clear. The reason why those wicks come in is because once it starts to collapse down, people are like, oh man, I'm going to buy this bottom. Shoots right back up, and then now we're doing that little V-shaped recovery. So I would be extremely careful when it comes to anything Bitcoin right now. We're basically in no man's land is what I'm trying to get across, with it just hanging out here in the center and just chilling. Now let's go to a higher time frame. So I'm not going to lie, the daily looks absolutely god awful, and you're probably freaking out if you see it on the daily. But if we come out here to the weekly, you're probably going to see a different story. So we bombed out here right around April 7th, came back up, flagged out, came back up, a little bit of a correction, and now we're catching a bottom again right here. So if you guys look on the weekly time frame, to be honest with you, it looks like peanuts. It does not look that bad. I'll be very honest with you. Now, the one thing I will say about this chart, if we come down to about $98,000, I want you guys to have $98,000 engraved in your brain. If we come down and we touch it and we close below it, I'm saying close below. So if we close on a weekly or even on a daily candle below $98,000, there's a good chance we will have to come down and test 88,000. I'm going to repeat that one more time, just so you guys know. If we have a daily or a weekly close below $98,000, we will have to come back down and touch $88,000. So that's why I'm saying right now we're in no man's land, and I would not be jumping in and trying to ape stuff until we look at the chart and say, all right, it's about go time. So overall, I want to go necessarily into crisis mode. I want to sell everything. The best thing to do is to feed into your mental illness and continue to just stay in crypto, hold spot. I will not leverage trade or any of that stuff. So overall, the chart looks pretty good. Well, not, I wouldn't say pretty good, but I mean, on a higher time frame looks good. On the daily time frame looks a little sketchy. So it is what it is. Spot and chill, my man. Good stuff. What we got here? CM my boy 12. What is up, Ted? K Boss. I love that, man. I'm about to change my name to K Boss. Good stuff. Yeah. Also, guys, while I go through charts, we'll have a pretty cool live stream. If you want me to get into any numerology readings, so drop your birthday. If you got a project that you think would be great to accumulate on the dip, drop the project. But I'm gonna be very honest with you. If your project is absolute trash, I will let you know. If it's gas, I will ape on live stream. Gas or trash. All right. We want it to be gas. That actually rhymes, man. I can barely speak English. That's how you know. All right, cool. So let's look at some other charts real quick. Next one. Maybe we come over here and just take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum's also the next chart I would be paying close attention to. Believe it or not, a lot of your altcoins are within the Ethereum ecosystem. If you're on Pulse Chain, Ethereum has a huge impact on Pulse Chain. If you're on BNB, Ethereum has an impact. Ethereum is the second top dog. It also has a symbol of a pyramid on the logo. I wonder what that means. It is what it is. Willie Blong 33. Shout out to my bro. Really curious, bro. Are you a 33 life path? I'm very curious because you got 33 in your name. So typically, but yeah, like I said, guys, support my homie. 44 of you guys in here. So we're starting to creep up a little bit. You know, guys, please share this live stream out. All that good stuff. So here's what we're seeing on Ethereum. We had a massive flag coming out. And excuse me, but I like to overdo on lines. But long story short, massive flag broke out. Then we retested all-time highs. And then we got a couple support coming back down. Now, right here, we had a beautiful Adam and Eve trading pattern. Broke out, retest the neckline. Now we're starting to break back down on this neckline. And in this case, I want to go back on the daily and just take a look at what's crack-a-lacking. So it looks like on the daily, we're just flagging out. So even though like Bitcoin looks pretty scary right now, Ethereum actually doesn't look that bad because all it is like on a macro, on a micro time scale. When I say micro, short term, macro, long term, on a micro time frame, you know, we're still trading inside this flag. So Ethereum actually does not look bad. It does not look like it got hit as hard as Bitcoin did. Bitcoin a little sketchy on the daily time frame, but overall, Ethereum does not look too shabby at this point in time. Now, one thing I just want to point out, we did get a wick down to 3,500. If we get a daily close that closes below 3,510, there's a good chance we will have to come back down and probably retest. I probably wouldn't want to say 3,100. That probably would not be the next level. I want to bring this up a little bit. Actually, let me go on the weekly time frame so I can tell you about that bottom real quick. We'll probably have to come down and test 32.52. Yes, 32.52. So let's go back to the analysis real quick. If we come back down here and we hit 35.12, we have to come back down here and we'll hit 32.52. That's if we close below that. That's going to be our first target. So it'll probably look like something like this. Come back down, dead cat bounce, come back down, test it, bounce, come back down, test it, boom, 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 and then start working its way up. So that is definitely within one option. Option number 2. Whoa. Drawing lines all over the place. So let me move up here. come back here, bottom out, test, boom, boom, boom. So in my opinion, both scenarios, we're still going to catch a bottom sooner or later. The question is when. In my opinion, based off of what I'm seeing, we do have a new moon. So if we look at the moon phases, I believe we had a full moon on the 7th, came back down, and then the new moon will be coming up in about 6 days from here. So 6 days from here is going to be about the 23rd, 24th. So right around that time when we hit the new moon, that's when we're going to bottom out, which actually falls in line with my chart that I drew right here. So that's actually pretty crazy, dude. I drew the bottom exactly at the new moon. That's when you know, bro. So good stuff. Yo, what's up, Goo God? Shout out to the homie Goo God, one of the biggest DJs ever. He's got the sick Toshi NFT with the Pepe frog in his mouth. Guys, let me know down below. Do you think Goo God should sell that to me for 0.00028 ETH? Again, do you think Goo God should sell his Toshi NFT for 0.00028 ETH to me? Let me know down below. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. By the way, I was just joking. Definitely need to get one. Uh-oh. All right, guys. Well, the man of the hour, the dude who has been absolutely crushing it on Zora. He's been putting out live streams, talking to the people, the man, the myth, the legend, and my personally really good friend, Bill the Bull. What's up, brother? How we doing today?
Good, dude. What's up, man? Thanks for having me. Just wanted to come, stop by, say what's up, do our show. I don't know how much time I got, but like, hey, man, just wanna come in. Always try to at least get some time with my boy. Hey,
Yes.
from the burst, 369.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Good stuff, man. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, man, and it's always a blessing to have you on live stream, my man. But while I got you, bro, dude, hey, man, you crushed this week, man. Late night on base hit a $1 million market cap. What's the thoughts going through your head about that?
Actually, sir, it hit 2.3 million market cap, but then it dropped. Healthy retracement to like 800K breath. No, honestly, it's cool, man. I mean, listen, I think it's a double-edged sword, right? Because initially I was pushing the retake one. We're such a early stage to things that like fragmentation is kind of an issue. There's different competing platforms creating their own coin. So, I mean, everyone knows that retake coin was like where I was doing it, but then the Zora thing wasn't really, on my radar. But in crypto, things change, right? And the market decides. I'm not smarter than the market. You're not smarter than the market. The market decides where they put the value. And as somebody who, has to make tough choices, the market's clearly decided Zora is where they want me at. So that's where it's going to be. Everything has to be through the Zora coin. And so, it sucks, but that's just part of the game. The retake one, I'm not going to be pushing anymore. Like, it's no longer my thing. But Zora is. So, some people got upset about that, but it is what it is, man. I can't please it all, but I'm making the right move for my brand. So, yeah, it's super cool to see. But, yeah, Zora right now is where the meta's at for sure.
Love it, man. And hey, just real quick before I ask you a couple more questions, I pulled up the chart. I want to show you something real quick. This is actually going to confirm the matrix for you. So the liquidity is 369. The market cap is 1.1. 369 for you, those guys who don't know, equals 33. And then 1.1 is 11, the master number. 33 plus 11 equals 44. 4 plus 4 equals 8, the number of money. So the matrix tells me that this thing is going to fucking send.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's cool, man. I mean, like I said, we had a huge run up. I'm blessed to be in this situation because, I've been working on this thing for about, I don't know, June of last year. So it's not like I just came in and been like, hey, man, I'm a live streamer. No, I've been doing this shit for a while. You know that. So it's cool. It's cool to see. It happens to be in the best meta possible, which is streaming, or which is Zora right now. Like, I don't think that's going to go. Creator coins or where everything is. It just is what it is. So I'm pretty optimistic. Again, nothing I say, I can't predict price, but I can predict two things: hard work, effort, creating this amazing platform that's going to create a lot of demand for late night on base through my house platform, and also, this thing's supply controlled like a bad boy. And the biggest holder, so Zora makes you reserve 50% of the supply for creators over 5 years. That's fucking cool. And I also own like 10% liquid, so that I'm not touching. So, and I know the number 2 holder, he's a big whale in like a lot of things, Zora TV and and whatnot, and he's fully on board with me supporting. So with those in mind, I think there's not really that much on the market, man. So we'll see.
Yeah, I love it, man. And hey, I want to ask you about Zora in general, because when we first talked about it, you know, in the beginning, it got a lot of backlash, it got a lot of hate, and I'll pull up the chart in a second, but the chart looks beautiful right now. I don't know if you've seen the chart, but it literally has been holding up really nicely. So I'm curious to know your thoughts on Zora, and did you change your mind from when it previously came out in the beginning?
Yeah, 100%. It completely changed my mind. And the biggest thing was, a week ago when I saw it on Robinhood. When Robinhood listed Zora, that changed everything for me because, first of all, not very few things get on Robinhood, like straight up, and that is the most normal, friendly, retail-driven in America by none. And they don't just list everything; they have like maybe 12 or so things. So the fact that they were able to get that out of every single project that would die to do that, that's like upper echelon tier. That means they have something. I mean, I could even start thinking that they might have some integrations with Robinhood to get into the social app. Like, there's got to be something bigger than listing a coin. And so for me, for Robinhood to decide to fuck with a $400 million market cap project that's only on Base. So that, to me, solidified everything. Then I saw over the weekend Base has integrations to put, Robinhood or Zora login directly through the Base app. So that, to me, signals that, on the Base app, you never have to leave the app to, trade your favorite Zora coins, creator coins. So I've completely changed my mind. Zora is not going anywhere. Zora is like beyond just a baby of Base. It's like the biggest sector that actually makes sense. And when you have real humans making money on their content, it creates a different dynamic than just like aping your favorite shitcoin or that has vaporware. Because now people are like motivated to succeed because you're changing people's lives. So I'm pretty much a Zora bull at this point, man.
Yeah, and here's what I like about Zora. So Zora has a flywheel where they're going to have some sort of fee buyback going into the token, and then you launch your creator token. The liquidity is with Zora. Now, if you guys use the platform and you put out posts, it's basically it's a tokenized post. So there's tokens for each post. You can go in and buy the post, sell it to people, whatnot. That post has liquidity with your creator token. So basically, it creates this level. You got wrapped ETH to Zora, Zora to your creator token to all your posts, and it creates this like liquidity web under Zora. Now, if you guys have been on Pulse Chain, you guys probably already know me and Bill came from the Atropa days. So we saw how deep liquidity can really play out when it comes to pumping a token. So in my opinion, Zora is actually replicating a similar format. It's a little bit more logical. It's backed by some big players and not a midget. And I think overall it's going to do extremely well. So yeah, man, I completely did a 360 on Zora. I think Zora is going to bring the creators on. There's a couple other projects on Base I really like. We'll get into a second. But yeah, man. And before we move on, I just want to know any final thoughts or anything else you want to say on Zora?
I think right now you have to have exposure to that ecosystem. There's a lot of daily runners that I do pretty well. I've created a Cabal chat as well, 4.4 million tokens to enter, which I think is a steal at the price that all the alphas there. But I think, and this is happening right now when the market is absolute shit. What do you think is going to happen when the market turns around, rebounds, whatever? It's only going to amplify it. And so for me, Zora has to be the major attention focus for you if you're interested in Base. I know it sucks because none of the other sectors are moving. Like memes are getting absolutely crushed, and I'm sorry about that. But it's only going to get more popular Zora by the day, in my opinion. So start locking in.
Yeah, I agree, man. And the other thing I will say, just to add to that before we move on to a couple other Base projects, because Bill's got me hooked on Base, man. Actually, we'll go through a couple comments, but the big thing that I like about this is the fee buyback. We have dilution, and so in my opinion, the projects that would do really well are the ones that generate money and they put it back into the chart. That's the only way to get some true runners. That's why people were bullish on Aster, stable on Binance. Toshi does the same exact process, and then now you're going to see that with Zora and other bunch of platforms. So yeah, man, I think once you start to see that flywheel kick in, man, I could honestly see Zora getting to first target's gonna be 1 billion. I can see it going up to 10 billion, and then after that, I'll let you guys speculate. I like to be conservative, so good stuff, man. All right, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, shout out to Ted, man. He said built the bag boys of base. Yes, sir. Love to see it.
Oh,
Let's see. RH has a lot working under the hood. Yeah, I mean, I saw Richard being active. He actually started roasting a bunch of people. I'm not sure, Bill, if you've been paying attention to that, but this past week, Richard Hart got active again, and he just started responding to everybody's comments on under a bunch of posts. Some people he absolutely roasted. Other people he praised, man. It was probably one of the biggest drama cycles on Pulse Chain. I was curious, did you see that on your feed at all?
nah, man. Honestly, I'm like so like against everything that's going on in Pulse Chain. It's just not good for the soul, man. The Matrix feeds off of energy, feeds off of negativity. They want you to create chaos and panic, and that's how they run this fucking simulation. I don't have time for that, man. I only want to surround myself with positive, winning energy. Pulse Chain is completely not what it used to be in 2023. So no, man, I don't really know. I mean, listen, if the moment comes that the market picks up and Richard starts deploying away funds, then yes, I will come as a degen. But until then, honestly, I don't even really fuck with Pulse Chain whatsoever.
Understandable. So, okay, cool. Good stuff. But I will say one thing, guys. You're on Pulse Chain. I mess with Peacock. I got the same mentality as Bill right now. I'm big on base right now, but Peacock's my main play on Pulse Chain, just so you guys know. We'll get into the TA, but I want to run through a couple of things with Bill while we have them. Slim, Chris, are you participating Ali Kane's 2-year anniversary Titanx community stream? I will not be doing that. I don't like to do conference streams or whatever. I like to do conversations with creators like Bill. So I will not be included in that. TEDx, good to see you there. Good stuff. What is the LNOB contract? I actually have it up right here, man. So I will drop it in the chat right now.
Yeah, I want people to know, like I said, Zora, like the way this market works, there was a Zora coin and a retake coin. I was only doing stuff on retake. And so, I had pretty big bags, but the market has decided, and each platform has their own coin, right? So the market literally decided that Zora is the one for me. That's the one that's valued at, whatever it's valued at. So for me, don't even fuck with the retake one. It's completely late night on base Zora. I'm not touching anything else. Going forward, that is the only coin I'll ever touch, the only thing tied to my brand. Even if other platforms come up with their own coin, the Zora one's the only one.
Love it, man. Absolutely. And like I said,
well, once you also, and that's another thing too, Chris, once you get to a certain market cap, then it's like more than just a side project. It becomes like a real thing, real money. So like, as a person, you have to make tough choices, and you can't please everybody. That's just the name of the game. As long as you have good intentions and you're not the one causing the issues, if anyone hates, they can fuck themselves.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So, yeah, guys, like I said, show support. I'm personally in late night on base. I bought both coins, and I completely forgot about this Zora coin, and I'm glad I did because it absolutely blew up. And usually the coins I forget about are the ones that always do really, really well. Pulse Chain Hexagon. You mentioned Peacock. Did you see Peacock? Liberty Swap shouted out. It's a Peacock printer web-shell fork. I think I did, but I think with certain projects on Pulse Chain, it might have had a smaller market cap. I'm very cautious about shilling small market caps on Twitter because there's times where you take when you show like a 20K market cap and it explodes, and then somebody owns like 5% of the supply divided across multiple wallets. And I'm not saying Peacock is in this situation, but what happens is they start selling or sketchy stuff. So I think for me, man, with Peacock, if it gets up to about a 500K market cap, I'll start shilling it hardcore. But yeah, I did see it, and yeah, man, I'm just constantly watching it, and I hope you guys continue to build and chill it and all that good stuff. And then also congrats on the LNOB. I've been buying the 40K one. I didn't realize it wasn't the Zora one. Well, hey man, like I said, you can still rotate into the Zora one. The Zora has a flywheel, so not only are they going to be burning the Zora token, they're also going to be buying creator tokens. So late night on base could easily get to $50 million market cap before you know it. I just want to make that clear.
And also, and that's the cool thing about this one. It's bonded to Zora, so if you're bullish on Zora, naturally it drives the price up of coins like mine. But the one thing, if you guys most likely didn't catch on yesterday's space, and I'll do a live stream too, I'm creating a whole separate platform, so it should naturally go up. If you're bullish on Zora, late on base bonded, you guys know how it works with the Tropa and all that shit, how it brings it up together. So that's cool. But the really cool thing that's unique to me is I'm actually creating tech that is going to be utilized by every creator out there that's going to pump and use late night on base and create a massive supply shock. So basically, I'm creating these media auctions. And Chris, when we go live, I want you to try it out. You can either do a creator coin of your choice, or you can do USDC. But every transaction, there's, first of all, creators are going to have their own auctions. If it catches on, every single auction, 4% of whatever the creator makes uses buying and burning late on base. When brands come to pitch to do ad deals, basically we're going to allow them to do a full-on marketing spend to just pick and choose creators without researching it or whatever. If they just want to basket people, 4% of whatever they send or they spend, buy and burn LNOB. So some of these brands, if we create the one go-to house platform, which is where all attention lives. So if you're a marketing person in Web 2, you don't know where the fuck anyone is. You know who reputation of any KOL marketing person, what sector they're in. They're going to come to the house. They're going to find people based on the sectors that interest them, who shells it, whatever. And then those are the ones with big budgets. So think about it, man. If a brand comes and they want to spend a $15,000, $20,000 deal amongst 3 creators, we find them, boom, 4% of that buy and burn. So as the flywheel begins, the more attention this platform gets, late night on base is the one that's going to benefit the most. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Awesome, man. Just so you guys know, when Bill rolls out his product, I'm going in heavy. I'm also going to be live streaming and supporting. So I'll be within his ecosystem just to support him because I believe in this man so much. And like I said,
and it starts next week too. It's not, and you don't have to wait till fucking 4 months from now. This shit goes live next week, beta. And if all goes well, we open all scales to everybody end of the month. So, between Zora pumping, which will bond the price of late on base, between my alpha chat, where you have to own about 4.4 million, which is almost $5,000 at today's price, and that group. Bro, that group found Zora TV at 100K. It hit about 5 million, and now it's chilling at 4. It found Limmy at 100K. Went to about 900K. If that goes well too, all things together, there's a lot of pressure on late night on base. So I'm very much bullish on what I'm doing. So no, not financial advice, but I'm pretty optimistic.
And also on top of that, Bill has supply control over this token. That's the biggest thing, is that you have 60% of the token. So I really do think that you're going to get some sort of hex pump. That's all I got to say, because that's where we all got the idea from, was Richard, and he got that from Satoshi Nakamoto. So,
well, and the thing is like I said, I am also really tight with the number 2 whale. The number 2 whale could not long-term fuck us up, but, he owes about 3.5% of the supply, which is not 60. But, in the short term it could, but he is fully on board. And he's shown, since, and he's in that group, alpha group chat. He's a big trader, but he's supported. I'm one of his top 2 plays. So I'm fully, I have his support. So really, yeah, man. I mean, barring Zora going to 0, I like our chances.
Yes, sir. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Awesome. All right. Awesome. Easiest way to get Bill the Bull is just be a member of the Zora social media. Bill,
I don't understand your question. I don't understand. What does that mean?
I think the easiest way to reach you is to be on Zora. I think that's what he's asking.
No. Easiest way is on X. Follow me. If you just message me on X, even if I don't follow you, it'll go to my spam folder or something, but I read those. I typically ignore everyone, but just say you watch this on Chris's show and I'll respond.
Yes, sir. Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, like I said, guys, watch out for the house protocol. And I'll tease something for you guys. I'll give you guys a little tease, There might be a Zora call very, very soon. I'll leave it at that. That's all I will say.
Oh, shit. Oh shit! Alpha! Alpha!
Hey, just remember, last time you guys gave you alpha exploded, so we'll leave it at that. So
And Zen Crypto Clips just asked to clarify, can I buy off the app? Yeah, I recommend everyone actually buy late non-base on the app or any Zora coin. Personally, I recommend it because you can use off-site, but like with Uniswap V4, a lot of people complain about slippage. It's kind of a pain in the ass outside of the Zora app, but you can. But if you could, just buy it on the Zora app, my personal opinion.
yeah, absolutely, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh,
Awesome.
dude, Zen's asking some dope questions. Sorry, one more question. Bill, you're a 33, right, bro? I'm a 33-6. I flip between energies. The 6, I'm a very family man, so I live a life very, very grounded. I do shit the right way. I love my children. And I'm a 33, bro. I love to be the master teacher. I love to inspire. I'm also a hidden 11, born on the 20th. So, bro, I have the 11 energy in me. I have the 33. I'm meant to do what I'm doing, and I love it. I'm gonna keep doing it because I ain't going to the 9 to 5, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. Absolutely. Actually, funny story. I told people if you got a birthday, drop it down below because I love it when me and you, bro, when we sit down, we just do numerology and astrology. Like one of these days, we should go for like 2 to 3 hours when we got nothing going on.
Sure.
We just sit there and just talk about it for hours. It's so
Down.
fun.
So down.
But I was asking Willie Belong 33, and I asked him, are you a 33? He's like, I'm a third, not sure about life path. 3 is my lucky number. Thanks for streaming, big bro, big fan. Appreciate you, man. One thing I'll say about 3, man, if you're under 3 energy, that's some really fun energy. Your life is going to be extremely eventful. You get to, well, number one, you got a lot of, well, let me back up. So everybody thinks 33 is the best energy. It does reign supreme in this matrix, but 3 is the number of fun. I want to make that crystal clear.
The child energy.
The child energy, yes. And it's actually not bad to have 3 energy whatsoever. So I just want to say, Willie Belong, you probably talk a lot. Communication is going to be your big thing, extremely childish, but you also need to communicate to get to where you need at life. Bill, anything else you want to add to that?
3, look at number 3. What letter does child start with? C. The 3rd letter in the alphabet is C, child. So you are very much childlike energy, which is a good thing. But that also means you're very creative. You need to be in a field that allows you to explore your creativity, your childlike energy, something like art, music, passion, creative, like a creator. Creator starts with a C, 3rd letter. Again, I'm a 33. I'm a double 3, which adds up to 30. Well, double 3, 33. So for me, I'm not meant to be a lawyer, a doctor. I'm meant to explore and be fun. That's why for me, live streaming is my creative energy. I'm not an artist, but I'm creating fucking entertainment through my show. I found it. So if you are a 3 or you have 3 energy, you need to find that path. Don't go the traditional path. You would fucking be a horrifically bad accountant, for instance. That's more life path 4, detailed oriented, police officer, whatever. So I mean, numerology is real, dude. I don't care. There's just too much similarities to say or that it's a coincidence. I do not believe in that. So I'm a huge fan of numerology. I think you're when you are born into this world, you're imprinted with energy that's different than anyone else, and just find who you are and rock with it. So yeah, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. And also another thing I'll just add, give you guys some information because right when we started talking about numerology, we got like 3 birthdays that came up. So I think this is what people want. But if you guys also want to know 2 other numerology tricks that I've been learning, your birthday has a coded energy. So if you put into a gematria calculator, put your name on your birth certificate. So whatever's on your birth certificate, put that in there. You got a number associated with your name. And then the day of the year you were born. So that number is also another hidden energy. That's something that I learned. So for example, I'm born on the 69th day of the year in the 3rd month, 369. And then my full name, I'm not going to put it out there because I know you guys are going to try to find my address, but my full name adds up to 33. So you guys see how this works is there's a lot of hidden energy. It's really fascinating. Have you ran your name through like your full name through a gematria calculator?
No, but I think Bill the Bull added up to some like I think 8 or 33 or something, or I don't know, but I should. I forgot what it is.
Well,
yeah.
check this out. So Bill Bull, right? B 28th letter, capital B, 28th letter, 28. 28 plus 20 equals 56. 5 plus 2, 5 plus 6 equals 11. There you go, man. You got the
There you
11
go.
energy. It's funny. I was an
And
engineer.
that's funny how 11. Some of the best media people like Joe Rogan, I think Aiden Ross, they have The Rock. They either are born on the 11th or they have 11 energy or 11 life paths. Like 11s are the most charismatic people. So because I was born on the 20th, I have the 11 buildable with my name adds up to 11. Like this shit, like Obama, 11. Like whether you like his politics or not, he was very, very charming. He was very, he's very good with talking. So it's fucking crazy how the Matrix kind of led me to this, and this is why I'm meant to do what I'm doing. I don't care what anyone says. I'm meant to do media live streams, straight up.
Yeah, man, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, we'll do one quick reading, and I want to ask you about plays to accumulate on the dip. But
okay,
Jason Mack, the reason why I want to do reading your birthday is because you're born 1995. You're born the year of the pig. You got the pig energy. So April 17th, 1995. So what you are is your birthday adds up to a 9. You're a 9 life path, and then you're born on the 17th. 1 plus 7 equals 8. So I'll keep it real with you, Jason. This year ain't your year, man. You probably had to deal with a lot of bullshit this year. I'll just keep it 100 with you. Also, this year particularly, out of all years, is probably extremely emotional. Matrix was trying you. When you're around certain people and they're just like all worked up, you probably feed off of that emotion you feel it. So if you're around somebody who's really angry, you carry it on to you, and that's because you're an 11 personal year. So my friend, I just want to let you know you're probably going through it right now, and just wait about, I would say, 4 months. It'll be a breath of fresh air. So, and with your enemy year right now, it's going to be one of these things where you just had to go through. You have to take an L so you can clear up for 2027, which is going to be the year of the GOAT. And that's when you're going to have a massive bounce back. Keep in mind, you're born the 17th, so 1 plus 7 equals 8. It's all about karma. So your money is going to be determined about based on who you are as a person. So if you do bad things, your money is going to go down. If you stay in good standing with everybody, then money's not going to be a problem. And the last thing is your 9 life path. 9s, you got to adapt to your environment. Crypto is definitely designed for you. But the biggest thing is, be careful with the girls, man, because girls will be your Achilles heel in life. So yeah, man, like I said, a couple more months, man, you're out of it. And hey, man, I'm a pig too. So I'm going through it with you, bro. So I completely understand. Bill, any thoughts on his birthday?
Hold on a second. Sorry, no, I'm about to ape a shitcoin, not a shitcoin, a creator coin on Zora. Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, go ahead, do your thing, man.
No, and just so you know, I'm telling you, man, this chat that I'm in. So my boy, like, it's all the people that I know. So a lot of the, like, my boy Griff just got shouted out by Jesse, and he's creating content as a dev, and he's showing the inside look as how a dev's doing. He blew up from like 60K market cap to right now he's currently 320K. I think the chart looks fantastic. I'm telling you right now, if you have 4.4, notice how I created 4.4 as the entry point, Chris. Did you know? I don't know if you caught that. 4.4 million LNOB. Why? 4 plus 4 equals 8. What is 8? The number of fucking money. No coincidence. That group is going to fucking print. And Chris, I'm going to figure out how to get you because you try to create the link and the bot kicked you out. And now if I try adding you, I'll figure it out, bro.
Yeah. Actually, I changed my account, so now you can add me. So that was my fault.
Okay, I'll figure that out. But yeah, give me a second. I'll return back. Need to aid my boy before he explodes to Bill.
Yes, sir. Do your thing, man. Okay, so Pulse Chain Hexagon, I'm 1122. I love it, but it can be a lot. I learned 1122 are enemy numbers. Yeah, well, you're an old soul, my friend. That's a very rare birthday to have 1122 in your birthday. Extremely, extremely rare. So one of the biggest things I will tell you is that as an 11, you got to control your emotions. You're going to be much more emotional than the average person, especially, going through life. And then 22 can be the master builder or the master destroyer. So what that tells me is where it starts with is you got to control your emotions. And then with the 22 energy, you got to build something, whether it's like a legacy, build other people up, bodybuilding or something. But I think what it all comes down to is focus on the 11 and then phase into the 22. I learned 11 and 22 are enemy numbers. I need to look into that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I do know that master numbers like to be around each other. So I might need to do some research. But I will tell you one thing: 22 challenges you. And one thing I noticed is on the 22nd, if you guys ever go to sleep and you get like night terrors, it usually happens on the 22nd. And I think that's for a reason. So yeah, I really do not like the 22nd of the month when it comes to sleeping. I probably would try to like, sometimes I try to like skip like sleeping the entire night, but you know, it just is what it is. That's when the matrix harvests energy. So yeah, man, like I said, dude, you know, you're destined for great things, but you just have to experienced an extremely challenging life, my friend. Psycho Crypto 23. Okay, 1982. So I believe, isn't that a dog? Let me see. Yeah, your year of the dog, man. So I could tell last year probably wasn't the best year for you, but this year was a breath of fresh air. I mean, things are looking up. And then I will tell you one thing: when 2026 happens and comes into fruition, bro, that is your time to go off, dude. Keep doing your thing, ball out. Like that's your time to put in the work. That's when you get to come back. And you're going to be in a, was that 4+1? So you're going to be in a 6 personal year. Actually, no, you're going to be in a 33-6 personal year next year. So Psycho Crypto, that is your time to go off. You're in a 33-6 personal year. So it's going to be a lot about family, but that's what's going to really change the whole course of your life, man. So I'm really excited for you. And, you know, next year's the year to ball off and do your thing, man. So good stuff. I feel like 3s can get super lucky in this crypto game, and 11 like me is meant to struggle and really learn this game. Yeah, well, you know, keep in mind, 11s have to struggle because your emotions are being tested. So the goal of an 11 during this life cycle is to basically have shit thrown at you and see how you respond emotionally, because some of the best people in history are 11 life paths, but also some of the worst people. And the worst guys are the ones who've been through hell and they can't control their emotions and they go off and do terrible crimes. So it just is what it is, man. 11's got to go through it. 22's got to go through it. Bill's a 33. I guarantee Bill's been through some shit. You don't have to talk about it, but
I've been through. But that's what the Matrix challenges you, man. It all is about teaching, and I've been through a ton of shit. And I actually, with my life path, I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to do, but I wasn't supposed to know what I was supposed to do early on in life. As a 33, you're not supposed to know because you don't have the knowledge to get to where you want to be if you are granted that success at an early age. So I fucking struggle, bro. Struggle. And so that's what the Matrix challenges you. So if you're right now struggling, just know that this is designed. This game that we're in is not meant to be easy. But once you learn the codes, then it becomes easily because you now know what you need to do to advance. And yeah, dude, Chris, we should totally do like a stream just on numerology. I am so down for that. And we'll stream it. We'll stream, you stream it, I stream it, I'll stream it onto Zora. I have access now to the Zora streaming. I got beta access, which is so fucking cool. So we'll blow that up, bro.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. We'll do like a late night on base auction. Whoever buys the most tokens within that live stream gets the best reading ever.
Bro, you know what though? That's actually not a bad idea. I have the auction site. We can run the auction live. Be like, hey, we're live on X and on Zora and YouTube. If you want if you want to read in the next 10 minutes, the highest bid gets to come on the show, and we'll do the live reading. Dude, that'd be sick. And then we'll send them the link. They can bid, and you have to use late night on base to fucking get in or whatever coin, and we'll split it.
Yeah, man, that'd be sick, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. And hey, actually, great points, man. Especially how you outline the matrix, because it is ultimately a test at the end of the day. Thanks, guy. Your numerology wisdom is impressive. This is what it takes to get to the next level. Hey, man, like if you look at this live stream, Bill's a 33 rat. Rats dominate the matrix. I'm a 28 pig. So he's all about the wisdom, the numerology, the teaching. I'm all about that bag. every single day I wake up, I'm all about that bag. So it's a perfect thing.
You're good at it because you're 28. You have that energy of wealth, not money. You have the energy of wealth. That's why most billionaires are born on the 28th. They have the 28 life path. And you are, with the 28, you have that one energy. You're a maverick. You're a leader. You're meant to not follow. You're meant to lead. So all this shit adds up, and in order to succeed in life, you have to have that one energy. You're not someone who likes to be in the background. You need to be at the forefront. So you do things differently than most, but that's what it takes.
Yes, sir. And the last one, Psycho Crypto 023. Last year I made a bunch of money. This year I lost my ass. Laugh out loud. Well, last year was a dragon year. Dragon rat are friends. So you're probably in crypto. So everything in crypto did well this year. I mean, last year. This year it was like 50-50. So that's probably the reasoning why. And this guy is a dog. And I was telling him last year was his bad year. So I'm just saying, like, it's one of those scenarios where it's like a small exception. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
yeah. So I'm just saying, like I said, Psycho Crypto, regardless of what happened to you last year, next year's the year of the horse. That's when you want to ball out, bro. Like, don't worry about all this other stuff from the past. If there's a time for you to go out, go crazy, it's next year. You're in a 33-6 year, in the year of the horse, and you're a dog, bro. Oh, God, dude. You'd be dangerous, man. I'm telling you. 33-6 years are the years where your life changes. And if you guys don't believe me, next month I'm in a 33-6 month. So just watch what happens. I'll tell you guys right now, when my 33-6 month hits, personal month hits, watch what happens. You're gonna be like, holy cow. It's also in November, the 11th month of the year. You guys see what I'm saying? So yeah, we won't go too crazy with it. All right. Well, we got about 5 minutes and I need to bounce. Bill. Real quick, outside of Late Night on Base and Zora, within the base ecosystem, are there any other projects that you think might be good to keep an eye on if you're interested in accumulating? And it doesn't have to be ones that you particularly have.
I mean, right now, I hate to say it. I mean, literally every single thing is on Zora. I would say maybe Banker, but even Banker, the chart got nuked and the Matrix have it. So, like, there's going to be a lot of discounts. It really just depends. It can't just be Zora. So I think other sectors will have a stay, but it's truly falling nice, man. Even memes got crushed. So it'd be really hard for me to say, okay, this sector is going to bounce back hard. I honestly don't know. I don't know, but I really do feel that Zora is not going anywhere, and the creator coins itself are going to be really good. So as of this week, I can't recommend anything else but the Zora ecosystem. Come back next week, I might have a different answer, but I always keep it real 100.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Well, at the beginning of the live stream, I was telling people don't rush to jump in because we're in no man's land on the Bitcoin chart because we could go much lower here. But the things that I was thinking about on base, the other two major ecosystems. Number one's gonna be Banker, but like you said, the chart's looking kind of rough right now. But long term, I think Banker would be something to keep an eye on. And then the other one would be the Toshi ecosystem when it comes to like some sort of meme coin index. Those are probably like the two other major ones besides Zora. So I call those the big three. In my opinion, the Toshi ecosystem, Banker ecosystem, and then the Zora ecosystem. Those are the big three on base, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on that?
Sorry.
No, you're good, bro.
All right, good. You're good. So you're saying the Zora ecosystem, the Banker ecosystem. What was the other one?
And then the Toshi ecosystem, where they're creating like a bonk. I think those are like going to be the big three ecosystems on base is what's being forming, in my opinion. And but like I said, right now it's not a time to accumulate, but those are the major three that I think are going to be really well in altcoin season. That's the one thing I know.
I think Toshi for sure is the top meme without a doubt. The Toshi, I haven't really heard much about the Toshi like bonk ecosystem stuff that they're doing, so it really hasn't caught my attention. But if Toshi runs, then that whole thing should run as well. But like I said, with bonk and Solana and that whole ecosystem, it's just different. They didn't have Zora capturing mindshare, so I really do kind of feel like I don't know if Toshi ecosystem will have that much success, but the meme coin will. But we'll see. I really don't know, but I really can't stress. Don't fade Zora straight up. Just do not fade it.
Yes, sir. Good stuff, man. All right. Well, Guys, we're getting about that time, so it's time to wrap up. Bill the Bull, any final thoughts before we conclude this live stream?
No, man, just appreciate each and every one of you. The market's down. I know it sucks, but I'm still a very full-on bull for the month of November, December. Like I said, Matrix does Matrix things. Do you think this is a surprise that the blood moon in September is leading to this? Again, 3 weeks on or before, within that time frame, shit happens. March, there was a market downturn. Blood moon. September, look at what's happening now. Blood moon. March of next year is the most important time. I truly do believe there will be a time that we run between now and March, and I believe it's going to happen November, December. And when it does, it's going to be explosive, but I think this is the last rally we'll have. Prepare. And once you start seeing silly numbers because the fear and greed index is super slow, everything goes back up. You know, gold's crushing it, silver's crushing it. I truly do believe Bitcoin will follow. Start taking profits, because when March hits, it's going to be bad. And I don't care what anyone says, I am out. Except for late night base, which I won't sell. Holla, because the fees are too good. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Awesome. Good stuff, guys. But hey, like I said, great live stream, guys. Please do me a favor. Follow my boy at Late Night on Base. Check out his coin on Zora. And if you like meme coins, you're slightly autistic, and you're kind of out there, follow me at the Verse369. Peace out, y'all. See you guys in the next one.
Cosmic tides and chaos rise. Numerology where blood moon lies. The verse steps out, a dragon's might. Zodiac hums, we fit with pure light.
Crypto storm in a teacup. Feel the surge in your kneecaps. The verse inspires, let markets merge.